Kathy and Dixon.
And I am Arlene Owen. Welcome to Azar. Today we want to welcome you to another episode of Azar. And right now we want to say go and call up a friend. Call a woman friend especially to share this episode. And we want to hear from you. So remember to write in the comments. Right, so we can hear what you have to say. And also today we want to do something special, Kathy.
Yes.
We want to call out some of our regulars who have been watching Azar, our Azar family. We want to shout you out.
That's right.
Kathy, and call out some people who have been with us on a regular basis.
Well, I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna say a shout out to Alison Boyce. I'm gonna shout out Anella McIntosh.
Yes.
And I'm definitely gonna shout out Sherry Ann Caraballo.
Nice. Very good. But I will shout out Sister Monica Gittens. I will also shout out Brother Jerry Hurdle, who have always been there, and I will also shout out my good friend Sue Ann Jackson.
Woo!
So, you all have seen a beautiful woman with us. And today I know we are not drinking any tea, but we have this beautiful young lady, and her name is Carol Gent, and she is here to share with us on her life story. And Katina, what is our topic today?
Our topic today is dealing with infertility. So, we have it's a topic that is, it's an intense topic, but we look forward and we thank God that Carol has reached a place where she is willing to share with us this evening.
So welcome, Carol. It's so nice to have you. It's so nice to have you.
Yes.
And this Kathy, and we have been listening to other women who share their stories with us.
Yeah.
Either in counseling or if they call us after Azar. And one of the things they wanted us to speak about is this topic of infertility that has been around for a long time and that causes so much of pain, Kathy, with women today in society, in the Caribbean also.
Yes.
We found that there are a lot of women who experience this, and we want to address it, and we want to speak to the topic a little bit.
This is a topic that has been around from the beginning of time.
Yes. We see it, Katya, in the Bible with Hannah.
Yes.
We see it with Sarah.
Yes.
Yeah. So there are a lot of other women. Actually, the Bible said there are about 6 women in the Bible that was mentioned that dealt with this problem.
Yes.
So we realize that this God had to really, Katya, and say, to have that in the Bible, he was concerned about this topic.
He was concerned because he saw hurting women.
Yes.
And he's concerned about hurting people.
He is. And God loves women.
Yes.
You understand? And they are not stories, but those events in the Bible is there for us as a guide, Katya, and to help us, to encourage us.
Yes.
As we go along our life journey. So today we thank God again, as we said, for Carol.
Yes.
And Kathy and I was reading the Daily Express, but that was since in 2020, you all.
Yeah, that's all right.
And let me put on my glasses here so I can actually read what was said. And there's this doctor, Carol, I'm not sure if you know about this doctor that we have in Trinidad, and her name is Dr. Minto.
Oh, no.
No, right? And they interviewed her because she works with the TNT IVF Center. And she was saying that in Trinidad and Tobago, 1 in every 5 couple is unable to have children. They suffer this problem, and it's so common in Trinidad.
I would not have thought that the ratio would have been that high.
Yes, 1 in 5. And one thing she noted also, Kathy, is that a lot of time we say it is the woman, not knowing that it's also the male or the husband. And then she said 40% now of the couples, it is the both party contributing. That was news to me.
Yeah.
That is the male and the female,
Female, yeah.
in the marriage who having the problem.
Yes, that's something else.
So this was really good information, and good information for all of us, for the viewers to know. And because in Trinidad and Tobago, especially Kathy Ann, it is always seen as a woman problem.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's once you see you hear a couple is not having a child, they will say something is wrong with her.
Yes.
Automatically, society stigma comes out there at the woman.
Yeah, and that's a powerful stigma, because it hurt the woman.
Yes, it does. You know, and you mentioned something just now, Arlene, where you said that 40% that it's both parties could be contributing towards it, and that says a lot. In that, from research, you realize that a lot of it is health.
Yeah.
And sometimes our own habits.
Yeah.
That can affect it. So that is why we may see that more as we do things in an unhealthy way, how it can affect the body.
Yes, it does. And they say, especially for the male, they talk about what can help with the low sperm count. So as we go into the episode, we will talk further on it. But Carol, right now we just want to ask you some questions,
Okay, I'm going to start.
Yes.
How long have you been married?
20 years. October will be 21 years, but I've been with my husband 27 years now.
Oh, so you all were young, love?
Yes, young love.
All right.
Yes.
So Carol, where did you meet Mr. Gent?
School.
School.
Wow, really young love. Really young love.
Yes.
So you all were courting in school days?
Yes.
Oh, that is
And you're
nice.
calling it courting? Boyfriend and girlfriend in school?
Well, boyfriend and girlfriend in school.
Yeah.
Yes, but Carol, you know what is nice about it? That you all are still together.
Yes,
That's wonderful.
He's my best friend.
He's your best friend.
Wow.
And for you all who don't know, and we'll put the picture up, she has a very handsome husband.
Yes, but Arlene, although we're talking about infertility, we are so happy that you could say your husband is your best friend.
Yes.
Because that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Friend first,
Yes.
and then husband.
Yes.
So that's really, really good.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Tell us about your dreams.
Okay.
In when it comes to having children. You know, when my husband and I started dating, there is this fairy tale thing you have, and you're sitting down and you're planning and you're talking, and we say how much children we want, and we end up, what about 3? And then they say, no, I think we want 4. You want to balance it. You know, this discussion comes up. So if it came up for us while we were dating, I'm sure that you all had plans.
Yes, we did. We wanted 2 kids, a boy and a girl, but it never happened. What happened? I got pregnant after we got married, and I was so excited. You know, you're young.
Yes.
Got pregnant. So one day I sat down home by my mother. I was 6 months pregnant, and I saw like my pants got wet. So my sister was alive, now she passed on. I was telling her, I said, look, my pants, water running down. So she was saying, you peeing yourself, and laughing. I didn't take it on because I didn't have no pain or anything. But the next week, I went to the doctor. When I went to the doctor, they sent me up on the ward. And they started to give me some injections. So I said, what is injection for? The doctor said nothing. But later on in the night, I started to have pain, like contraction pain. So my aunt, who was working at the hospital there at the moment, she told me, she said, there's something wrong. So the pain stopped in the night. I lie down there. I said, I'm going to sleep. But God is such a great God. I felt something came and blocked my passageway. And the pain stopped. I said, I'm not getting up to go in the toilet. But the pain started back again. So when I look on the bed, it had a lot of blood. So one of the patients got up with me and I went to the toilet. And I went to the toilet. The baby just came out swinging like that. The baby was already dead.
Yes. It would have been emotional.
Yeah. And one thing we want to know too, Carol, what we heard, it doesn't matter how long this happened.
This pain, you know, it will always be there with me. Because after that, I tried to cope with it and, say we'll try again. A year passed, we continue trying. Nothing. So another year passed, nothing. I went to the doctor, they keep putting me on medication, Clomid. My husband went to check his sperm count, everything was okay. Why it not happening now? It happened before. 5 years passed, nothing. Getting older. I'm 51 now.
Yeah.
But you look great.
Thank you.
So you're feeling the clock
Yeah,
ticking.
You're worried, but aside to put all my love in my animals, dogs, I love dogs, they were my kids, After, when I reached 45, I went to a doctor. I said, nothing happening, I want to have kids,
Yeah.
So he said you have to do a surgery because due to the baby had died in me and it damaged my tubes, and it caused adhesions. So I had a surgery. I spent a lot of money. We had a surgery. After that, the doctor said 12 days after, you will come take out the stitch and after you'll go home and try. We were happy. That was the most happy moment. We were going to have this baby. So we were building our second house. So done plan, this will be the baby room and everything,
Wow.
So the second time I went to the doctor, took out the stitches, he said 12 days after you have to try. So we bought ovulation kits. So when I ovulated, I called my husband here and work. I said, come home now.
Yes.
Time.
Yeah.
Come home now. We're going to
Yes.
try.
Yeah.
So, every minute he running home, he say, gosh, girl, I'm working at that. I say, just run. I don't care what you're doing, run. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come home, we trying. Nothing. This happened for 5 months. Nothing. Went back to the doctor. He keep giving me injections. He said, try again. I said, okay. So yeah, I'm getting man some CMOS. I'm making CMOS. I'm making all kind of punch. Name it.
Yes.
Drinking it.
Yes.
Nothing. A year passed. Nothing. Everybody started to say, what happened to this girl? No children. You're making no children. You're barren. I said, it's nothing. Everything in God's timing. I used to cry about the situation. I thank God when I reach this place now, where I can share with other female, my journey. And nothing never happened. Went back to the doctor. I started going to other doctors, spending more money. Other doctor told me I'll have to do in vitro. Went to Barbados Fertility.
Yes.
Wow.
I read about that center.
Yes.
More money, and the second day I go into the Barbados Fertility, I started to do a fast and prayer. And something spoke to me and say, leave it in God's hands alone. And I say, I'm not going to do nothing again to my body. I'm leaving it in God's hands now. And I started to do a fast and prayer. And I say, God, I want to hear the cry of a baby in this house. I want to hear the cry of a baby. 47. I went into menopause at 47.
Wow. That must have been devastating.
Yes.
So, nothing can happen there now.
Yeah.
So I started to fast and pray. Same time my brother-in-law called me and he said, I will share my baby with you and Noel.
Wow.
So
What a blessing.
his daughter, her name is Eliana, she's also gent. He brought her at 2 months old. Beautiful child. And because of the love, I enjoy changing pampers.
Yeah.
The only thing she didn't do was nurse, but she became my child, our child.
Yeah.
Nobody never tell this child one day, to say mommy or daddy.
Yeah.
Just so she started to call me mommy and call my husband daddy. So she will be by us like a week. She'll go home and next week.
Yeah.
Now they had another child. She's 2 now. Now Eliana is 5. And the same thing, mommy, daddy. So we have 2 kids now. And I just want to thank God for that.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
So the journey, it was hard. But long time, people tell me, Gil, drink this. I drink stinger nettles. I drink bush till all my mouth start to swell up.
Trying different things.
Name it. I did it. You just want to give your spouse a
Desperation.
child, and the desperation because you want to be a mother.
Yeah.
But I have grown to know in life that I leave everything, the final says, all to God.
You said something there, Carol. The final say is really God, and while you probably wanted your own child the way we know it here in society,
Biologically.
because society put this pressure on the woman. If you do not have your own child biologically, they say you cannot say you are a woman, and that is so unfair.
Yes.
And God really had the final say, and He blessed you with 2 girls. He blessed you and Noah with 2 girls. And the scripture talk about in Isaiah 54, sing, O barren. And we see now that, Carol, you went through this journey and you could still sing. You could still be joyful. And that is what the scripture talk about. God brings so much of hope in your situation. But we want to look back, Carol, you said something also again. While you were going through the journey, people tell you to drink this, to do that, but they also like to ask you some questions. They can be insensitive, Katian. They see a couple. They see many years. I remember, when Marcel and I got married, I probably mentioned this before. 6 years and no children, and everybody in church. And I remember one woman in church said, finally, when I told her I was pregnant, she said, okay, all the time I'm watching you, I said, well, you had to be barren. And I said, you mean that was your thought? That was your thought about me? And we can say as women, we can go to another woman and say something very insensitive. And had you have that experience?
Yes, a lot of times. Everyone used to say, you're barren, you can't make children. Oh Lord, well, adopt now. You make no children yet? And family members and all. They say, your parent, up to now, like when we having family functions on Mother's Day and Father's Day, we don't attend because of that same
comment.
Stigma.
Yes.
So we need to be sensitive, Katya, and especially women. We have to understand that all of us, T.D. Jakes preached last 2 Sunday, and he talked about Zacchaeus, Katya, and he said Zacchaeus was short. And he said in each and every one in our lives, we are short. We are all coming up short somewhere in our life. So you may look at another woman and say she do not have a child. So she, she's coming up short. But what are you coming up short in? So we have to be careful.
You know why? She was able to say today, my husband is my best friend. And there are so many women who cannot see that. And really, some people come up short in different areas, and we should still honor one another and cover one another. And I feel so sad that sometimes society says what it says, but we still expect relatives to cover, relatives to surround me and say,
church
we praying
family
for you, we encouraging you, hang in there, something will happen, and I was so happy to see how God was real to you, because when you said, I want to hear a child's cry in this house, you heard it.
Yes.
You heard it. You got what you prayed for. And then God touched the heart of your brother to say, let's share our babies. Who coming to share the baby with you?
That was really nice. That was really
That was
nice.
beautiful. But Arlene, after hearing all these things, how did it affect you?
Mentally, well, I used to cry every day, cry myself. I used to just hold a smile you'll see me now and you'll see me smiling, but nobody knows
What's going on inside?
what's going on inside. You know?
Yes. Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah.
Yes, because it is an emotional thing.
Yeah.
Because I have a friend, she lost 2 children, and she stopped telling people. She made a decision. She would not tell anyone if she got pregnant again.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
after saying it once, so excited, and you're sharing it with all your
Yeah.
friends, and then you lose it.
Yeah.
And then when you did it the second, you get pregnant again and you lost it. Share. You say, I'm not sharing it anymore.
Yeah.
Because like when I share it, like a jinxing me. Like
Yeah.
something wrong. And I'm feeling shame now to tell them it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Because I told them I'm pregnant and now they're not seeing no belly 6 months later. And she who expressed to me that it was like losing a child who was born already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you had to have a funeral.
Yeah, I had all the pains. I had breast milk, you know. I was going to clinic. I had baby clothes,
Yes.
you know, because most
Yeah.
of my family outside, so everybody just bought stuff, you know. And I held on to these things. 2 years ago, I don't give away this stuff,
Yeah.
you know. And I thank God for my husband because he stood by me. Plenty
Yes.
men don't do that.
No, they don't.
You know, they will go elsewhere because they want to have a child, but you know, he never really sat down and he never told me how he really felt. Because you know, man,
Yeah.
Yes,
you
yeah,
know,
they
but I used to
don't
see
talk
the
as much.
hurt in his eyes, you know. But he used to say, "We only studying baby for I'm your baby." I said, "But I can't change your pampers." You know, I can't
Yes.
change. He said, "We only studying baby. I am your baby, look your baby." And he'll sit down and make joke and say, where and play crying and play he's my baby and thing, you know. And I say,
Yes.
you know, just to put a smile on my
My
face,
face,
you know. But
Yes.
yeah.
I think Abraham did the same thing to
Yeah.
Sarah, where he
You know?
kind of told her what you fretting so for. You know,
Yeah.
you have me.
Yeah.
But still, he didn't understand what a
Yes,
woman
what a
feels
woman
inside.
Yeah.
That she wanted to know. I had this child for you.
Yeah. And I really
Yeah.
want to commend your husband. I find that
Yes.
was so
Wonderful.
gent.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it even more now, gent.
Yes.
You know, I find that was so
Yeah.
wonderful of him to encourage you, make a
Yeah.
joke, lighten the situation for you a little bit, you know, so that you can laugh.
Yeah.
And he really is your friend, and that is what a friend does, Katian.
Yes.
There for you.
Yeah.
Then leave you and go and say, I want a child, I'll come back, I'll go and get a child and
Yeah.
come back. Some men do that.
They do it. They do it.
You know, and we know these stories in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And but he didn't do that.
Yes. You know
He
why?
stayed with you.
Aline, there is this thing in society here too. Because your wife is not his wife is not having a child.
Yeah.
So the friends are like, say what happened, boy? You're firing blanks or what?
Yeah.
You're firing
Yeah,
blanks.
so true.
So
Yeah.
it's hitting the ego.
Yeah.
Because we are totally trying to tell me I'm insufficient.
Yes.
I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. And the internalizing so much pain and hurt. But then to know he was willing to overlook that to make sure and bring comfort to you.
Yes. I know, Kathy, in one of the articles I read, they said that men who go through this situation, they become depressed quickly. And sometimes we don't notice that they are depressed.
Yes.
They're quiet in a corner. You see them withdrawn all by themselves.
Yeah.
But we don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
So we as a society, we need to change. We need to be sensitive to
Sensitive.
these things.
Yes.
Sensitive to couples. Stop asking couples every time you see them when they're going to have a baby. You're
Yes.
not sure what is happening.
Yes, you're not alone. You don't know their plans. You don't know if they
Yes.
want to have a baby next 5 years, or you don't know if they cannot have a child.
Yes.
The point is be sensitive and
Sensitive,
wait
yeah.
until
They
they
offer,
present something
yes.
or they tell you something.
That's
So
right.
we need to learn to back off
Yeah.
and allow people to just bloom together as a couple.
And another thing, Katya, and we have to stop using some of the phrases
The
and
derogatory
names
names,
that
yes.
we use to call people
Yes.
who are in this situation, you know,
Yes,
because we try to put a shame on them and they're not supposed to be in that
Yes.
situation because they didn't do anything wrong. We didn't create our body,
Yes.
you know, and we didn't create our life. God, for each of us, it
Yes.
doesn't matter. Everybody have a different cup. And you might say, having no children, yes, that may be your cup.
Yes.
But still, God is our God, and this is your journey, and I have another journey.
Yes.
So let us just be there for each other.
Yes.
And cover each other so that we can feel comfortable. I can feel comfortable to come and say, this is happening to me. But if I feel you are going to say things, I won't feel
Yes.
comfortable, feel offended. So we just want to say, pause and say, women especially, let us support one another and be
Yes.
careful of the things we say.
Yes. And what I love about this is that I am so sad for a woman who don't know the Lord,
Yeah.
who is our comfort, and who we could call on at any time. In that our sister here called on God, and God responded.
Yeah.
And Arlene mentioned something, we all have a cup.
Yes.
But he poured something in her cup.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, God is our hope.
He's our hope.
Yes. Even that there's this book, Dancing with a Broken Leg, paraphrasing, but it was showing that you can continue your life with joy, although you may have
limp.
lost a limb,
You have a limp.
although something happening to you.
Yes.
You could dance with one foot.
Yes.
All of us can do something in our life with the cup that was given to us.
Yes, that's so true. But there are things that affect
Yeah.
males and females when
Yeah.
it comes to this.
Yes.
And I know you would have been on your journey.
Yes.
Can you? Would you by chance know any that what it may affect a man or a woman?
Yes, because I have a couple of friends who went through the same situation like myself, and but their husband, they separated and they went outside,
Yeah.
and they got babies on the outside. They even brought the babies home for the wife to take care of after, very insensitive.
Painful. Painful.
Yeah,
Yes.
So their marriages were affected because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. The man may be feeling happy, but that woman is still sad.
No,
That situation could never bring joy to the
No,
woman.
I think it doubles up the sadness because she's already sad that she cannot produce.
Yeah.
But now she's doubly sad because you went out there and got it, and then you bring it and said, look, mine
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And some the excuse well, I bring it to be a comfort, I bring it to be a
Yes.
comfort, but still not understanding
Yeah.
how much it hurts.
Hurts.
Because there are other alternatives. Arlene, we have adoption.
Yes.
Yes.
There are so many children out there
Looking for love.
looking for love. They're looking for a mama and a
parents,
papa, and just how parents looking for a son or a daughter. And if you people drop them in the hospitals, people leave them in the hospitals.
Yeah.
There's so many people aborting their babies while others are craving to have a child.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, adoption is a great option
Yeah.
for someone. I think that is healthier for a marriage than going out there because it's adultery. It's
Yes,
unfaithfulness
it's
because you're
unfaithfulness,
wondering what hold this outside person now could have on the relationship.
That's a whole other story.
That's a whole story.
Because you have baby mama by your door.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
put your
Wife
wife
through that. So like adopting, and especially if you can adopt from very small, it will be really, really good for you.
Carol, there are many reasons why a woman may be infertile. Could you tell us, if it's okay, what was your cause or what happened with you why you were infertile, as they say?
Okay, well, what happened to me after I lost my baby, my tubes got damaged, right? And they became blocked because of the baby had died in me 5 days, right? And it caused adhesion. So my problem was my eggs wasn't coming down to meet my husband's sperm. But a lot of women go through blocked tubes and ovarian cysts.
Yes.
And it have a lot of cause, and sometimes you don't really know. It's only when you get married and you have your spouse and you do further investigation in your body, then you just really know what's really happening to you.
Yeah.
So I think what women should do before they get married, they should go and get a little checkup and make sure everything okay there, not to go through what I have been through.
Where we wanted to mention that, Kathy, and because sometimes some women, like you said, they are not sure
Yes.
why they cannot, and we want to encourage them to go and check.
Yes.
Visit a doctor, and there's so many reasons and so many causes
Yes,
why.
Yes. Some like thyroid issues,
Yes.
polycystic ovarian syndrome, pelvic inflammatory diseases,
Yes.
and endometriosis.
Yes.
So there are reasons, medical reasons why a
Yes.
woman might not be able to have a baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are also reasons for the men.
Yeah. Low sperm count.
Low sperm count.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just genetics
Yes.
in the family,
That's
Yeah.
right.
and some simple daily things like alcohol consumption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoking, according to Women's Health, they were also speaking about some of the reason why males have this difficulty with their low sperm count, and otherwise it's because Kathy, and the diet is not good. It's a lot of
Yes.
junk food, and Kathy, and a lot of young persons. When I read that, a lot of young persons have this problem now, and this generation love junk food.
Yes.
A lot of young couples are saying
Royal
to us, that
food
and when I
places.
read that, I said, but yes, this generation is KFC, Royal Castle, Subway, and I'm not advertising or
food,
anything, but it's only
yes.
fast
Fast
food.
foods, yes.
So, we really male, at least we read this
Yes.
on
Yes, and there's another thing: lack of exercise.
lack of
Yes.
exercise.
Obesity.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And
this
sometimes you're not even fat, but
Yeah.
because you don't exercise.
Yeah.
So it's basic things that
Can
we
help,
can
yeah.
implement
That's right.
to help from early, get it done
From
early.
early.
Mhm.
Yes. So Carol, we
Yes.
really want to thank you for sharing this
Thank
story.
you so much.
Katya, and I am sure there are women listening outside there
Yes.
and who, as Azar is about encouragement,
Yeah.
felt encouraged to know that they are not on this journey alone,
Yes.
and that someone was able to speak on their behalf,
Of course.
because they really want to share, and some of them are still hurting. They want to talk to somebody, but Carol, you spoke for them.
Yes, you did.
And in some way have eased their pain, knowing that you went through it and you can still rejoice.
Yes.
And there is joy in your eyes, there is
Yes.
joy and laughter in your home,
Yes.
that there is hope.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, hope, yes.
Yeah.
And Carol, do you have kindred friends who may have gone through the same thing?
Yes.
Probably, and you all meet up and chat and
Yes.
encourage one another?
Yes, I do, yes. A lot of friends going through. This is a journey a lot of women going through. And I have a lot of hurting women out there. And I think people need to stop being insensitive, And, before you judge someone, ask someone, what is the problem? Why you not having a baby? Reach out and try and help another woman, Don't try and bash them down, because that feeling, I thank God for the place I am today,
Yes.
that I can share my journey, because at a time, I couldn't even speak about it,
Yes.
So I just thank God for that,
Yes.
Yes.
We want to thank God for you.
Yes.
I thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me today.
Yes, and we want to thank Noel also,
Yes.
because this is not just your story.
Yes.
And for Noel to allow you to come and share this story,
Yes.
which is also his,
Yeah.
we want to thank Noel
Yes.
so very much. We love you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So thank you, and remember to share this.
Yes.
Share it to another woman friend who you may know. Tell them, listen to Carol tell her story, which can encourage you. And Katian, please, women, please, people, let us be sensitive towards each other.
Yes. And Alan, before we close, share it with men too, so
Yes.
that they will see an example of how Carol's husband dealt with the situation, and that his wife still feels cherished, and she still feels like the queen of the home
Yes.
in the situation.
And he left her feeling whole,
That's it.
Yes.
Yes,
so we
yes.
thank
So
God.
I thank you all.
Thank you so much, and see you next time on
Azar.
Azar.